For today, we are going to focus on this question paper. It was written last year, November 2019. We're going to only do question 3. We are going to deal with first in, first out method. Let us go to question number 3. Here is the question number 3. Now, let us just read the required first. Let's just read the entire question. George Drande is the majority shareholder and CEO of Drande Ltd. The company supplies hotels with cabinets and lamps. Periodic system is used. Year end is 30 September 2019. That is the year end of the accounting period. The required says, so it means that this company is dealing with cabinets and lamps. So they supply hotels. Let's read them. 3.1. Calculate the value of the closing stock of cabinets on 30 September 2019 using first in, first out method, 6 marks. 3.2. In 2019, the company decided to extend the target market and to grant trade discounts to increase sales. So this is the decision that was taken by the company to give discounts, and also they also increased their sales. 3.2.1, question number 2. Calculate the percentage markup achieved in 2019, 4 marks. Number 3.2.2, provide 2 points with figures to prove that this decision achieved its aims. Number 3.2, the CEO feels that this decision also negatively affected the company. Provide 2 points with figures to support his opinion. 4 marks. Give the directors advice to solve this problem. Explain 2 points. These are the only questions that we're going to do for the cabinets, right? Now let's just look at the information that we need to have in order for us to answer these questions. Let us go there to the information. Here is the information, right? So stock records for cabinets and lamps, right? So these are the cabinets, these are the lamps. So we're going to focus on the cabinet first. These are the opening balances, 280 units that were left, because on the 1st of October 2018, we have 370 units that we have on store opening balance. We have the closing balance of 280 units. But when you look here, purchases during the 800 units were bought. April 1.2 units were bought. January, that is July, we have 250 units that were bought. Then in total, we have 202,250 units that were purchased during the year. Then the returns during the year, 20 units were returned, right? Okay, now let us go and answer our questions now. Here we are. Let us first deal with 3.1. First, 3.1. Now in 3.1, you remember that we need to calculate the closing stock. Closing stock, meaning that the value of the closing stock. You remember our closing stock? Let us just look at our closing stock first. How much is our closing stock? So how much is our closing stock? Let's go and look there. Our closing stock, if you look at this table here, this table is you can illustrate how much we have our closing stock. So the date at the end of the year is 30 September 2019. So it means that we have 280 closing stock that is left. So the question says that we must value this closing stock, right, using FIFO method. So this is what is left in the store. Now, if you look here, it means that on the 1st of October, we have the opening balance of 370. It means that this 370 was sold, all of it, because it's first in, first out. Then if you come here to our purchases, we have 800 units. It was sold, all of it, because we have 280 units left. Then we have on the April units that were bought, 1.2. Also, this 1.2 was sold. In July, we have 250 units, meaning that now, if you look at 250 units, this is the last transaction that was made, 250 units, comparing these 250 units with 280 units. It means that these 250 units was left together with other units in April. Out of 1.2, there are some units that were not sold there. Meaning that if you take these units and you add them together to make 208 units. But now remember, we have also returns here of 20 units. Meaning that out of 250 units, we must deduct 20 units so that we can have, let's do that, right? Let's do that and see how much we're going to have there. Okay, let's do that. Now, if you take 250, you take 250 there. There's a 250 units minus 20 units to check how much we have on July after returning 20 units. Let's do that. Now, if you take 250 and then you minus 20 units, how much do we have? We have 230 units. So 230 units was left on July because that returns was not yet deducted out of the purchases, right? Now, let's look at 280 units again. Now, if you take now, you say 280 units minus 230 units. How much we're going to have there? Let's look at that, right? If you take that 280 units minus 230 units, now you have 50 units. This 50 units, it means that is here in April. So in April we have 50 units that was on hand. Then in July we have 230 units that was on hand. So we must value them. You will value 50 units according to April. That is using that 990 then. 990. Then you will value 230 units. 230 units using 1110. Meaning that this is what we're going to use. Then this will give us our closing stock value. Let's go there and see how we're going to do it. Let's go there. Let's say first, let's start by April. Then we have July there, right? Now, what we must do here, we must take 50 units, right? 50 units. 50 units. No, pardon, I mean 50 units, right? I mean 50 units. So, 50 units. You have to multiply this by 930 to give you how much. Then we come here to this guy here. July, we said 230 units that was left. Remember, July it was 250 units, but 20 was returned. Then we have 230 units. I think you remember that. Keep that in mind. Then we have to do this here and multiply it by 1100. Then we must now write down our answers there. So our answer will be, let's come here in our calculator here and calculate our things then. Now we have 50 units, right? We have 50 units multiply by 990. We have 49,500. So 49,500. This is the closing stock. This is the closing stock value during April. And now we must go to our closing stock in July and then use our calculator there. We're gonna take 230 units, multiply this by 1,100. We have 253,000. So we have 253,000. Right. Then you total up everything here. Total up all this. These are rents. This is rent. Yes, these are the units. Now we have just to add up everything then. Just add up everything then. Now take 253,000, 253,000. You must add 49,500, ne? It's gonna be 302,500. 302,500. So this is the value of the closing stock. We've answered our question 3.1. I hope you understand this. The tricky part here, if I can advise you, is that the on hand that we were given, it was 280. That was the on hand we were given, right? But the table shows us that there were returns of 20, and the last month of purchase was 250. This is the last month of purchase. Now, if we stop returns, it means that the last month of purchase was 250, meaning that this 20 belongs to July. So we must deduct 20 here. Then you're going to have 230. So 230 must be valued according to July value. Therefore, this times by 1100. Right? But now we have 280 goods that are on hand, meaning that we're going to take this 280 and minus 230 and see the one that belong to April, which is 50. The value 50 according to April units. Then that's all. Hope you understood it. Okay, let's go to question to the following question, to another question. Hope you've understood this one. Now we are here. 3.2. In 2019, company decided to extend the target market and to grant trade discounts to increase sales. Calculate the percentage markup achieved in 2019. 4 marks. And let us go and calculate it. First of all, let us look at the information first. As we all know that if you speak about a markup, you will speak about gross profit divided by cost of sales, right? Let's look at this. Now here we have cost of sales here, and also we have cost of sales in 2019, 21,705. Then we have the what we call sales. So we're going to take these monies and then we deduct each other. Gonna get a gross profit. Then we take the gross profit, we divide it by okay, let's do that here. Okay, let's just do this here. Now we have 80,000 minus 21,70,000, right? Oh, 500 there, rather 500 rather. Then we're gonna have an amount of, let's see how much is that. If you take, because sales minus cost of sales, 3480, 123 minus 2170, 1 2 3, then it's 1309 500. Then you're gonna say 1309 500. This is what we call gross profit, GP. Then GP divided by cost of sales times by 100, right? That's what I'm going to do there. Let us go and do this thing then. I hope you see it. You take the sales minus cost of sales, right? You're gonna get a gross profit here. Gross profit. Because they say that we must calculate what? Percentage markup. Markup is the same as gross profit. Ne? And now we are going to do this thing, right? Okay, let's do it. So it's gonna be 3.2.1. Remember, we have sales, right? Of how much? 3,480,000. Remember that? Then we have cost of sales, right? How much? 21,705. Then if you minus these two, how much you gonna get? Gonna get 1309 13,09,500. Okay, hope you've got this one, right? You've got this one. Okay, and now let us now if you've got this, you are done. Now we must do now what we call a percentage markup. Remember, MU and GP, they are the same, right? For you to get the percentage markup, you must take GP divided by cost of sales times by 100 over 1. Right? 13,09,500 divided by cost of sales. Right? The cost of sales is 2170. 500 times by 1 over 1. 100 over 1. Then the answer there should give you the percentage markup. Let's do that, the calculations there. Let's do it, right? So 1309, let's just do the fraction. Let's put a fraction there. 1309 500 divided by 2170 500. This, you must multiply this by 100, right? By 100 over 1. The answer gives you 60,33. The answer is 60,33%. You are done. This is the markup percentage. Remember these figures. You're given for 2019. You are done. I hope you've understood this question. Let's go to the following question again. Here we are. Now with the following question, we just did markup percentage. Now we go to move forward. 3.2.2, provide 2 points with figures to prove that this decision achieved its aims. What decision? The decision of extending target market and granting discounts to increase the sales, right? So let us look at the decision that they've just made, whether did it achieve its goal, right, of increasing sales, and also doing what? The target market. Target market is all about the units that they've sold, the customers and all those things. Let's look at that, ne? Okay. First of all, let us focus on sales. Now here it seems like this man has achieved its goals. Sales 2019 is 3480, but 2018 was 3375. So there's an increase there. Where we are going to find a difference and compare, because 2019 3,375,000, but 2019 3,480,000, goal achieved. Cost of sales 2170, 500 and 1950,000. We are not there now, right? But now if we go on to our units that were sold, if you see that 2320 and 2500, now you see there's 2.5 and 2320, right? So there is an increase there of units sold, right? Is it a decrease? 2.5 and 23 20. Okay, let us just look at the customers on the record. It's 26 and 37. Now here there is an increase of the number of customers, right? 26 customers to 37. Sales 3375 to 3480. So there's an increase there from 26 to 37. So let us do the comparison of these two amounts. Let's start with sales. 2018 versus 2019. 2018, 33,75,000. 2019, 34,80,000. The difference there, how much is the difference? Let's look at the difference there. Difference will be 33,75 minus 34,80. Difference is 105. 105,000. That's the difference. So the sales from last year increased from this 33,75,000 to this money here to 34,80,000. Now let's calculate the percentage increase. 105,000. Remember, in accounting you must prove things by calculating the percentage interest. 33,75,000 multiplied by 100 over 1. Now it's always like this. You put the difference on top. Always. Then you put the original amount there before interest. So you put the interest amounts, then you put the before interest. Sometimes it will be a decrease. You put the difference amounts, then you put the before decrease amount. That's how it works when you want a percentage. Then is equal to. Let's do the percentage there. Sorry for that. Let's calculate the percentage. So it's gonna be 105,000. 105,000 divided by 33,75,000. Then this will give you 100, or times by 100. This will give you 3,11. So 3,11%. So this is an interest from last year, right? Even if you can take 33,75 times by 1,311, it will give you exactly 34,80, right? Okay, we are done with the percentage interest, right? Of the sales, right? Of the sales. Let's go to another effect there, the positive effect. When we were checking there, I spoke about customers. The number of customers, right? Let's go and check them. Remember this? Here we have 37 customers 2019. We have 26 customers 2018. There's a difference there. So there's an increase. So it's a positive. After the decision was taken by the management, so there is a positive effect. Let us go to the positive effect. Here we are, 2018 again versus 2019, right? So in 2018, how many customers we have? We have 26 customers. 2019, how many customers we have? We have 37 customers. The difference there will be, so it's gonna be 37 minus 26. It's gonna be 11 difference. 11 customers increase from 2018 to 2019, right? We can also check the percentage interest, right? Can just check by doing this. You can take the 11 divided by 26 times by 100. You remember my strategy? The difference on top, the before interest, then is equal to. Then your answer will be 11 over 26 multiplied by 100. Answer is 42,3. 42,3%. So this is the increase percentage from last year 2018 to 2019. So we are done. We are done. Thank you very much. Now we are going to look at another question. We are done with this question. Let's look at how many questions that are left now. So we are done with this question. We are done with this question. We are done with this question. Down with this question. We are done with this question. We are done with this question. We are left with this question now. That question number 3.2.3. Provide 2 points with figures to support his opinion. So the CEO feels that this decision also negatively affected the company. Provide 2 points with figures to support his opinion. Give the directors advice to solve this problem. Okay, let us go and see that. Okay, now we are going to look at another question. This question, it says here 3.2.3 CEO feels that this decision also negatively affected the company. Provide 2 points to support his opinion with figures. 4 marks. Give the directors advice to solve this problem. Explain. 2 points. Okay, let's go there. Okay, all that we need to do here is to compare. This is the information we've been given here. This says, if you remember, in this exercise we've given this is the same thing that is there. The 37 units, 26 units, 34, 18, all that. We're going to compare the figures here and also answer the question of the CEO here. The calculate number of, okay, no, not here. Provide 2 points with figures to support this opinion negatively. Remember, we're looking at the negativity, whether the sales, cost of sales is going up, gross profit being decreased. We're going to look at those things and then we're going to provide figures. Let's go then. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to go straight to cost of sales. If you look here, there's a cost of sales here 1950. Remember, cost of sales are expenses, meaning that in 2019, let's just do this cost. Okay, let's say cost of sales, and now look at the cost of sales. Right now, cost of sales we have in 2018. In 2018, we have 1950,000, 1,150,000 versus 2018, right? Versus 2019, right? 2019. Let's just 2019 will be versus 2019, right? 2019. And now let's just erase this here and try to put it on top here. 2019. Now 2019, how many we have? How many we have? We have how many? How much we have? We have 2170. 2170 is 500. 500. So these are the figures, right? So the difference here, if you take your calculator and you minus up the two, so 1950 minus 2170, 500. Then it's 220, 500. The answer is 220, 500. So there's a difference, right? So there is a slight increase in cost of sales. This is a negative amount. It's a negativity, because once there is a rise of cost of sales, it means that this is an expense that the owner is paid, right? And now number 2 here, you can also calculate the percentage here of the interest, right? You can just take, when you calculate the percentage there, you can just take 220, 500, then divide by 1950,000 times by 100 over 1. Then the percentage you're gonna get here, let's see how much we're going to get. And if you take 220,500, then you divide this by 1950,000, then times by 100. Percentage is 11.3%. So the increase is 11.3% from last year. So the cost of sales rised up by 11.3%. Thank you very much. Let's go to another figure again. We are still here, right? We are still here. Now we are going to take again, we are going to look now at gross profit for both years. So now gross profit for 2018 and 2019, right? Now for 2018, remember we have calculated this one. It was 1309,500 already. But now let's calculate for 2018 now. We have already calculated that one. You remember, this is the gross profit of 2019. We have already calculated it. Let's calculate for 2018, right? For 2018, when I just say sales minus cost of sales is equal to gross profit. So sales for 2018 is 1375, 3375, 3375,000 minus the cost of sales 1950. The answer is, let's calculate the answer then. 3375,000 minus 1950,000. So the answer is 1425. The answer is 1425,000. Yes, that's the gross profit of 20. If you compare 2018 gross profit and 2019 gross profit, there is a slight change, right? So if you can call it a decrease, so this is negative. If it's a decrease, it means that the company has lost. But if it was an increase, it means that the company would have gained, right? Let's see the difference between the two. Minus 1309,500. So it's 115,500. So the difference is 115,500. Now if you take this money and you divide it by the original 1425,000 times by 100, you're gonna get the percentage decrease. Divide by this money and divide by 1425,000. Here is a percentage, then times this money by 100, right? This percentage by 100, you're gonna get 8,10. So the answer is 8,1%. So this is the percentage decrease from last year. I think you got it. Then you are done with these two figures. Let's go to other figures again. Here we are. Let's go to customers on record again. We are going to look at this one again. Now let's first deal with average units. Average units. How do you calculate average units? Now, let's start with 2018. We focus on the stock that was sold, right? 2018, we have 2,500 units. We have to divide it by the number of customers in that year, 26. Then how much we're gonna have there? We have 2,500 divided by 26, right? So we have 96, right? Then let's go to 2019. Right, 2019 we have how many customers? 2320 divided by 37 customers. Units sold 2320 divided by this 37 customers. How many we have? How much we have there? We have 2320 divided by 37, right? Let's go. We have 63. So there's a slight difference there. Let's see the difference there. If you take 96 from last year minus 63 this year, it's gonna give us 33 difference, right? So it dropped by 33. Now if you wanna calculate the percentage there, decrease is gonna be 33 divided by 96 times by 100 over 1. Then the answer that you're gonna get there, let's do it, right? Let's do it there. 33 divided by 96, the answer is 0,34, then times answer by 100, then it would give you 34,3, 34,4 units. Our percentage. So this is the percentage decrease. Okay, I think we're done comparing the average units that was sold. Okay, this is another mark. This is 2 marks, right? Yeah, but there you are fighting for 4 marks there. Let's go to another option. Okay, let's come again here. Here we are going to look at the units sold here. So units sold, right? Let's look at the units sold. So in 2018 we have 2,500 units. In 2019 we have 2320 units. So there is a difference here again. How much is the difference? Let's calculate. 2.5 minus 2320. This gives us 180 units difference, right? So there's a difference, right? Let's calculate the percentage decrease. There's a decrease right there. So it's gonna be 180 units divided by 2320 times by 100 over 1, right? The answer that we're gonna get there, it's gonna be 180 units divided by 2. Is it 20? No, it's not gonna be 23. It's gonna be 2.5 because we divide by the original, right? We divide by the original here, not by the amount that decreased. So it's gonna be, let's just take this pencil here. Okay, so it's gonna be 2.5. So 2.5, and now we times this by 100. 7.2%. So this is the percentage decrease from last year, because remember 2.5 to 2320. So these are the negativities that has arisen from the decision that the shareholder of the company has made. I think you understand how to illustrate these things. For now we are done. I'll see you to the next session. Let's just see how we've done these things. So remember all this. Then here the cost of sales, gross profit percentage. Then here we've calculated the number of customers, and then there and there, just to show you